Homesteading, and today we're down at the grow closet, and I was looking at my tomato plants and they look really healthy. Like, I got a lot of good fresh growth on top, but you can start seeing that the leaves are turning yellow on the bottom, and you can see that it looks a little purple underneath the leaf. And I know that they have lots of fertilizer. I know that they're not over fertilized. I know they don't have too much water. But they grew so quickly in these small little pots that I think they're root bound. And when the tomatoes get root bound, they start getting stressed, and you can actually see the yellow leaves. So we're going to transplant them to bigger pots today, and hopefully that clears it up. So let's go. So I got 6-inch pots I ordered. So we're going to be careful with these pots. I don't want to break them, so you kind of squeeze them, let it fall out, and if you look, the roots are taking up the whole space. So we're going to put a little bit of dirt on the bottom. I don't want to even put too much. I'm going to crush the root ball just a bit, just so it opens it up. We're going to set that in there. And then I am going to fill the space around. Tomatoes, you can bury them deeper than the original dirt line. And it's actually better for them. These pots are bigger, but they're not that big. So the idea was to plant the plant as far down to the pot as I can, since the pot isn't very, very deep. It only goes up to the first leaves, but if you had a huge pot, you could bury it right up to here and then just let it grow. All these little hairs will turn into roots, and it's actually good for tomato plants. They'll have a good root structure. Okay, so there you go. There's one tomato plant in the 6-inch pot. I think it's going to do a whole lot better in there. Same thing, you put a little bit of dirt in the bottom. Get another tomato plant. These pots I'm going to hold on to because it took me 2 weeks to get these pots, and I thought, you know, I need to hold on to these pots. They are soft and they are kind of flexible, but we're going to be careful when we take the plants out. We're going to wash them up and keep them. You know what? Now I know why my grandfather kept everything, because it doesn't matter even if you can afford to buy it. If you can't find it, it's no good either. So, and really, I think from now on we're going to keep the pots as long as we can, wash them out, keep them, because you don't know even if you can get them or how long it'll take. And then fill in the space around. I don't pack it too much, but you just gently fill in. So there you go, there's another one. These are the cherry tomatoes. I started late. They've done well, but they've kind of outgrown the pot. I took some of the pots that I transplanted the tomatoes in, and I washed them out. These will be perfect. It's important to wash them out so you don't carry over disease from one plant to another. Spider Farmer was kind enough to send out their SF300 grow light, and we'll put as many plants in there as we can, but now they all won't fit in the cabinet. So we'll fill up the cabinet as much as we can, and then upstairs I'm going to try to do what I can to either put them outside if it gets warm enough, or try to get some other lights on it. But otherwise, we'll fill this up. This light is doing great. I don't know what I would have done without it. I'm super glad I got it, and just basically in time, it is absolutely awesome. So let's start transplanting the small cherry tomatoes. These, I don't really want very much dirt on the bottom. They say you can plant these pots, but I find it takes so long for them to get out of the pot that stunts them. So what I'm going to do is take them out of here, push that a little bit, and we'll throw some more dirt around. This will give them more room for the roots. There is many reasons why tomatoes go yellow. They can go yellow because they have too little fertilizer. They can go yellow if they have too much fertilizer. They can go yellow if they get root bound. So there's many reasons why tomatoes can go yellow. I know they're getting tons of light. They're getting more light than they were upstairs. And they started going yellow when I fertilized them. And they kind of perked up a little bit, but not much. So I kind of know that the plants are just getting root bound. When the plants get root bound, it really does stress the plant because the plant wants to grow and there's nowhere for it to go. It's really important to plant these things promptly, and I'm a little late with these, but not too much. They're doing pretty good. I like watering from the bottom. I find if you water from the top, especially after you transplant them, you're washing dirt away in a specific area. But otherwise, if you water from the bottom, it just soaks it up from the bottom. And I find that it's way, way better for the plant. So these are the tomato plants that are fitting in my grow cabinet. I got about another bunch of these upstairs. But you can only fit so much. I am super happy about getting the grow light last weekend because man, I don't know what I would have done without it. We would have just had too many plants to actually keep them all going. So now that they're transplanted, I'll have to see how well they green up. I'm expecting that they'll do really, really well now that they got a little bit of room to go. I got all my tomato plants planted. They're in the grow cabinet with the Spider Farmer light. And it's kind of cool to test out this light. I've been super happy with it. This has been the best LED grow light I've owned. I've had little rickety things before, but this is really the actual thing, and it really does cast a lot of light. We got all the tomato plants transplanted, so I'll give you a little update what they look like in a little bit. But that's about enough for today. You guys have a good one.